Welcome to the second installment of the Spike Lee Inside Man podcast. Once again, we sent our Shadowcaster Human Newman on his mission to a secret location in New York City. Follow along as we hear more from the set of Spike Lee's new movie Inside Man, including the unedited voice of the director himself.
Doing a radio show?
Yeah, this is a podcast for Spike Lee, actually. Spike Lee is doing a podcast, and this is part of his podcast.
It's part of his broadcast.
I'm doing the preliminary lead into the actual podcast, which with Spike Lee is producing a movie with Denzel Washington and Jodie Foster.
Who else? Jamie
Foster.
Oh, okay, all right.
And he's right now down in Lower Manhattan, and I'm going there. I'm on my way right now.
Okay, is he looking for any extras?
I don't know.
What is the movie about?
This is a movie about, it's sort of like Dog Day Afternoon with Pacino, where a bank heist goes bad.
Okay.
You know, his buddy flips on him.
All right, okay.
What street did we? It's 23rd. I got to get off right here. See you, guy. Take care. Sorry. Up ahead, 2 blocks in the distance, I see a group of people on the sidewalk. It's far away, but I can tell that there's activity going on there. This is probably where Spike is. Okay, first sign of a shoot. A bus called Metro Motion Productions, on location, New York, Miami Beach. MetroMotion.com, on location, in control. Not a plug, just reading.
Get him lunch. Let's get him lunch. We're coming back to complete this scene after lunch. Hey, no. Same scene after lunch. Copy that.
Okay. I'm following Juan into a classic police station scene here. I see two cameras. It's like the police station you always see in your mind. Mr. Lee, how are you? Spike is seated at a conference table. He's wearing a Nike hat and a Sugar Ray Robinson t-shirt, vintage t-shirt. He's got a black banded watch on today. Pair of green, olive green type pants, and greenish gray. And Spike motions me to come around to see him on the other side of the table.
This is podcast number 2. This is Spike Lee on the set of the film Inside Man. Today is our 3rd day of shooting. We started shooting last Monday. It's been going great so far. This is a 3rd day of a 42-day shoot. 42 days is kind of mid-range. It's not short, but it's not long. One of the things that I enjoy about filmmaking is putting the team together. By team, I mean not just the actors in front of the camera, but the filmmakers and behind the camera. And I really approach this as a general manager would do of a sports team. I went to the NBA draft, and of course the Knicks are my team, and we got 3 great draft picks. And I said before, it's similar because like a team, you want a mixture. You want a mixture of the seasoned, grizzled veterans with youth. You get old people, it's going to be hard because, you get old, you lose vitality and energy. If you're all young, then, there's no experience there. So I found that it's best to get a composite of the both. And here are just some of the people, as I said before, we've assembled a great cast for this film. Mr. Denzel Washington, this is the 4th time we've worked together, we've collaborated together. The first film was Mo Better Blues. Then our epic my opus, Malcolm X. He Got Game, and now Inside Man. My first time working with Clive Owen, Chiwetel Ejiofor, great actor from Britain, also British like Clive Owen. You might have seen him in Dirty Pretty Things. William Dafoe, one of my favorite actors. Finally working together. In fact, the last time I saw William, we were at the opening night for Julius Caesar, which Denzel just completed on Broadway. He played the role of Brutus. At intermission, we were both in a urinal. We were in the men's room in urinals side by side, and we had a short conversation. And I said, I really like to work for you. He said, yeah, me too. Now, we didn't shake hands, though. Jodie Foster, wonderful actress. As a side note, sidebar, Jodie and my brother David Lee were at Yale together the same years at the Calhoun College. Christopher Plummer, you all know Christopher Plummer from Sound of Music, but did you know he played the priest in Malcolm X too? Him and Denzel had a great scene in Malcolm X. So, we're very, very happy with the cast. And even with the names that you don't know, they're all accomplished New York stage actors. Now for the cast. Let's look at the cast. The screenwriter is Russell Gurwitz. This is Russell's first screenplay. This is being produced by Brian Grazer, Imagine Pictures. My longtime producer, John Killick, is also working on this film. The production designer, Wynn Thomas. Wynn Thomas has done for me, has designed my very first film. She's Gonna Have It, School Days, Do the Right Thing, Mo Better Blues, Malcolm X, many more. Same thing with my editor, Barry Brown. So, you want to keep, just like, again, I'm going to keep using sports analogies, not only because I love sports, but it makes sense. You want to keep a core group, but you need that infusion of youth. So, if you had that core group, you could still bring in, other parts. Because, again, I know it might seem redundant, but like sports teams, if you just remain stagnant, everyone gets old at the same time. And that's what happened to the Yankees this year. They're the highest payroll baseball, over $20 million. They're playing horrible, even though Yankees fans have to admit that. They're playing horrible, and it seems like everybody got old at the same time. And you don't want that to happen. A lot of people think that, well, I'm working with Spike, so automatically that means that every film I do, you got a job. No, there are no guarantees. So, people have to stay in their toes, and we feel it's time to make a move in the department, replace somebody and bring somebody in, we will do that. Sometimes it's a very hard choice you have to make, because these are people you built up a relationship with. But like the film, what's best for the film, you have to go by the same thing like what's best for the team. And sometimes it might seem that you're ruthless, you're cruel, and you don't have a heart. But again, when the goal is to make the best film possible, sometimes feelings get hurt. And in my experience, I found that I used to bother me. In fact, there are many cases. There were several cases early on where I should have made some changes, but I didn't because of personal relationships. But as I learned, I can't do that. So, it's very interesting going to the draft and seeing what Isaiah Thomas as the general manager of the Knicks and him trying to rebuild the Knicks and put the team together since he's come to New York. And the same thing as a filmmaker, as a producer, trying to get the right pieces. Everything, a lot of stuff comes down to chemistry. People have to have chemistry. It's not to say they have to love each other, but it's hard enough to make a film without it being an environment that's not conducive to having good work. Even though film is a very hard job, you want people still have a good feeling when they come to work. They want to have a good feeling on the set. Not that it's all laughs and ha-ha, chi-chi, but just the vibe. We've always had good vibrations, on our set. People have a good time, people get along, and also people understand, that, we're trying to do something different here.
The last time I spoke to you, we were doing pre-production. And what happened between then and now? How did it go from pre-production right into production so quickly to me? It seemed quickly.
Well, last time we talked, we've been in pre-production for really 2.5 months. The last time we talked, we were in pre-production, but it was during the rehearsal process. You had 2 weeks rehearsal. Rehearsal ended last Friday when you began principal photography this past Monday. So we're on day 3. We worked a lot on the script. The script, I've always felt, even the scripts I write, I don't change my mentality. The script is a blueprint, and a lot of times, actors themselves can help you with better ways to say stuff. And if I have a sentence, or there's a sentence that is written, and the actor say Spike, I will feel more comfortable saying it this way, and it's still conveying the same meaning. I say go ahead and change it. I'm not one of these directors that says you have to absolutely stick to the script and not add anything. As far as work with the actors, we try to have an atmosphere where, on certain instances, actors are encouraged to improv because I just think that spontaneity sometimes, it doesn't work all the time, but sometimes you get that magic from improvisation. Of course, it's not just making stuff out of thin air. It's based upon the rehearsal process and talking about the script. So, so far, so good.
Someone brought you some lunch here. Would you like to have that?
I'm all right.
Okay, thank you. In your third day of shooting here, do you get a sense almost immediately whether things are going to run smoothly or whether this is going to be a problem film for you, or can that change?
Well, things are going to run smoothly, but even saying that, I think filmmaking is one of the hardest endeavors known to humankind. So I don't care how smooth a shoot is, it is still hard work. And there's so many variables of stuff that could go wrong. I remember on Summer Sam, we're getting ready to shoot, and the car we needed, somehow the prop man read the call sheet wrong, and the car we needed to shoot with, it was a red Mustang, it was driven by John Wazamo and Mira Savino, was in Connecticut. So you had to wait it was traffic too, during rush hour, so you had to wait like 5 hours for the car to get the set, and everything we were going to shoot that day took place
with that car.
So there's so many logistics to doing a film. That's why you spend so much time as you do in pre-production to make sure that those things like that don't happen. Even with a lot of pre-production, if somebody reads a call sheet wrong or forgets, one little snag like that could really jam you up. And it costs money. So we have over 100 people, playing with their privates while waiting for this car, coming down the Merrick Parkway, to set.
So the first day of shooting, tell me what transpires there. Do you kind of set a tone for it? Do you have a huddle or anything, or you talk to the people every day, or how does this happen? How do you?
You really try to set the tone during pre-production, but I think that's a good question you ask, because you do have to set the tone. You have to let people, look, we're not going to tolerate this and that, and there's a protocol here, especially for people who haven't worked with us before. They got to get with the program. The people who worked with us before know how we roll. So the people who don't, they got to learn quick, because we move fast. All of us have families, and we like to spend time with our loved ones. So if we get what we need in a good solid 12 hours, there's no need to that 12 hour turn into a 14, 15 hour day. There's no need for that. We have a 6 o'clock call. Monday, our calls for days, not nights. For days, our calls are 6 a.m. Monday, we wrap like 3:40. Yesterday, like an hour later. But, we're not going to be doing like 6 a.m. to 8, 9 p.m. We're not doing that, because we know what we have to do, and everybody's working hard to, we're not lollygagging.
Spike, over there you had a call sheet? Is that what that thing was?
Yes.
And what is that? What part of that, is that an important tool for you?
The call sheet is really, you can't have a film crew, a movie can't run effectively without a call sheet. A call sheet is issued at the end of the day. And so people leave work, they know what time they have to report, they have to know the location. Wardrobe will look on and see what scenes we're shooting, who's working. Actors look at it and see what time they have to report. They'll see the scenes. We will see if we need stand-ins, we need extras. How many props will look at and see, we need vehicles. We need special stuff. It gives us the weather. What time crews it, the crew call, the shooting call, everything. You have to look at the call sheet.
And is that what you use to start your day with, or end your day with?
Yeah. I'm definitely, when I'm riding home, being driven home, I'm looking at the call sheet, seeing what do we have to do tomorrow. And because it's all written out, we have a schedule, but schedules for the whole shoot. This call sheet is specifically for what is coming up the next day.
Is everyone's job choreographed, or do you still have to tell them what to do?
No, if I have to tell people what to do, then no. This is a collaboration, so there's something specific. The director of photography, Maddie Lopatique, and I would discuss stuff, and the direction I have to make to the actors. There's specific things I need to with the set. I talk to Wynn Thomas, production designer, or Donnie Berwick, the costume designer. Some what you really do is study and see how many questions a director's asked on a set every day. It's a ton of questions, because nothing happens till the director gives his okay. So everybody's waiting on the director. So, and crews are very sensitive. If they're on the set and they see that the director's indecisive, and the director doesn't know what he's doing, and the director's coming late to the set, they pick that right away and are like, oh no, we're in trouble. And once they know that, then they just start, stuff just falls off, the train goes off the tracks.
It seemed like it was everything seemed to be so well organized when I got here. Obviously, from your experience, you've learned how to do this well.
Well, we have our AD department run by Mike Ellis. Mike has been with me since Crooklyn, I think. He was a PA on, a production assistant on Do the Right Thing, and now he's assistant director. And if you look at the people working on 40 Acres and a Mule, a lot of individuals start as PAs or lesser positions, and through the years have worked themselves up to be department heads, for us. So Mike runs a tight ship. He'll curse somebody out in a second, and keep stepping. So, we're a well-oiled machine.
So the person that has the most access to you would be the first assistant, or?
You mean first assistant director?
Yes.
I mean, they all have access. I'm not holed up in the trailer. I don't even have a trailer when I shoot. You don't want PAs walking up to you asking about shots, stuff like that. But if the gaffer, the key grip, the cameraman, the sound man, have stuff to ask me, they know they can.
You're sort of the brains of this whole thing is what I'm picking up, and everybody is kind of...
Well, I wouldn't say the word brain. I just think that the director has to be the leader. I mean, there have been many great descriptions of making a film, and I don't know who... I can't remember exactly who said it, but the one I love is like pushing the elephant up a hill. And he's like the guy, in them rowing, Olympics. The guy's not rowing, but he's the guy at the end of the boat with the megaphone saying, "Row!" Whatever they say, he's the guy yelling.
Stroke.
Yeah, stroke, whatever it is. And so the director really has to, he's the leader. He's the absolute leader, and he has to. I just think that you get more out of people when people are motivated and they want to work hard for you. And that's the type of people we have working, for my films throughout the whole thing. Next summer 06 will be 20th anniversary. She's gonna have it. So we've been doing a film a year for the last 20 years.
How much interaction do you have with the actors on a day-to-day basis? Are you calling Denzel at home and discussing something with him, or?
No, there's no need for that. I mean, if there was something to happen, I'll call him up. But come on, Denzel's one of the world's greatest actors, so. I mean, nothing has happened so far where I have to call him up at night and say, "Look, D, da, 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 da." It's not like that. I have his number, and somebody would call me, but there's really, it's cool.
The actor, I'll ask that question a different way. Do you, on the set here, during production, do you talk to your actors a lot, or just when they're needed for that particular scene? It's strictly business.
I mean, it's an open relationship, so if people wish to, feel they have something to ask me or want my opinion on what they want to give me, share an idea they have of a character. I mean, just while we're talking, like I slip a note. William Dafoe is outside and like a moment to speak to me during lunch. William has not shot yet, so he just came and got a haircut for his role, so he's probably wants to show me what his haircut looks like. So I'm accessible. And I feel important, and I feel it's very important. People have to feel that the director is approachable. For me to work, I mean, some directors don't want anybody talking to them, But I'm not knocking the way they work. Everybody works differently. But as I said before, I'm not hiding in the trailer. I don't have a trailer.
What are you doing between shots?
Between shots, I'm doing a million things. I'm thinking about how I'm going to complete the rest of the setups. How I'm going to continue to shoot this shot. I'm thinking about the acting. Thinking about what we've done so far. We have to shoot tomorrow, next week. There's a million things going through director's head, you know.
Spike, can you take me through that moment when the camera's about to roll? What is going through your mind? Can you verbalize what you're seeing, what you're looking at, what you're looking for?
Looking for performance. A believable, natural performance. That's what we want. I'm also looking for the technical stuff, you know, if what the camera's doing. But first and foremost, I'm looking at the performance of the actors.
I think that's the most important question today. Do you have anything else?
Well, we're rolling now, and people are hoping that we could wrap kind of early on Friday. We'll be off Monday, but when we come back, we got a stretch where we're really gonna start to hit it. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Mr. Lee.
All right.
Appreciate that.
Bye bye.
William Dafoe is waiting.
Hey.
I like it.
Yeah, that's good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think it is. Maybe not with so much stuff, but the cut's good.
William Dafoe sitting with Spike Lee discussing his haircut. Do you like it? Did you hear that? It's incredible.
This concludes part 2 of our series. Make sure you subscribe to the show so you won't miss the next episode of Spike Lee's Inside Man podcast.